Welcome to The Explainer. We're diving right in today because we know your time is valuable and you want to grasp these complex enterprise concepts without all the extra fluff. Today, we are doing something incredibly focused. We're literally taking a magnifying glass to the core curriculum of mastering role-based AI with Dynamics 365 Copilot. Specifically, we're completely deconstructing Module 4. It's actually kind of amazing how just a few carefully chosen works from this source can define an entire modern philosophy for working with artificial intelligence.
So let me ask you this right off the bat. Does your AI actually know your role? Think about your daily grind for a sec. We've all experienced that friction with generic AI tools, right? Staring at a blank chat box, spending 10 minutes just explaining who you are, what your company does, and exactly how you need the answer formatted before you can even start working. It's super frustrating. And honestly, that friction is exactly why specialization is becoming the gold standard in enterprise tech today. If your AI doesn't know who you are, it really can't help you do your job.
All right, which brings us directly to the focal point of today's explainer. Section 1. Welcome to Module 4, Deconstructing Concepts. Okay, let's dive into this. The source material literally reads Module 4, Dynamics 365 AI Integration, the right copilot for the right role. On the surface, sure, it just looks like a standard title in a syllabus. But if you really look closely, these few words contain a complete philosophy for enterprise software. It's a roadmap telling us that just having AI, that isn't enough anymore. Context is absolutely everything. To truly understand the weight of that title, let's jump to Section 2, Defining Role-Based AI Beyond One-Size-Fits-All. Notice how this draws a hard line in the sand against that whole one-size-fits-all approach? Role-based AI is artificial intelligence tailored specifically to the unique functions and daily workflows of a specialized job profile. Think of it like the difference between a clunky Swiss Army knife and a surgeon's scalpel. If you're in sales, your AI should just inherently understand pipelines, leads, and revenue. If you're in customer service, it needs to know ticket resolution and customer history inside and out. Actually, mastering Dynamics 365 Copilot absolutely requires embracing this highly specific, tailored approach.
Let's unpack the first half of that title in Section 3, Dynamics 365 AI Integration, Seamless Ecosystem.
That word, integration, it implies a massive paradigm shift. The AI isn't some separate, isolated app where you have to go open a new browser tab. No way. It is seamlessly integrated, meaning it's embedded directly into the Dynamics 365 ecosystem and into your everyday workflow. It just sits right there alongside your data, quietly observing and ready to jump in precisely when and where you're already working. Let's trace out this builds out across the entire concept. You don't just magically jump to mastery. First, you start with Step 1, that basic Dynamics 365 AI integration. Then, Step 2 is finding the right copilot for the task at hand. Step 3, matching it to the right role. That's the human element. And finally, when all those things perfectly align, you reach Step 4, mastering role-based AI. It's just a brilliant logical flow from software installation all the way to true human mastery. Now that we've got the integration piece down, let's pivot to Section 4, the right copilot, choosing your AI. It says the right copilot, and I really want to emphasize that word right. See, in the Dynamics ecosystem, there isn't just one giant monolithic copilot that does everything. Copilot for sales functions totally differently from Copilot for supply chain. Viewing Microsoft's Copilot as a specialized assistant rather than just a generic utility tool is completely foundational to understanding this module. You have to pick the specific instrument designed for your specific task. And that brings us to the balancing half of this whole philosophy. Section 5, for the right role, the human element. I just love the symmetry here. On the left side, we've got the right copilot, the tailored AI tool, and on the right side, we have the right role, the specific human user. This really perfectly illustrates how the specific AI tool has to completely align with the human user's exact job function. It's a true partnership. Think of it this way. The AI might be the engine, but the role? That's the steering wheel. When we compare the tool directly to the target, you quickly see that effective AI integration breaks down entirely if either side of this delicate equation is mismatched. I mean, if you hand a complex financial copilot to a marketing director, the tool is totally useless. On the flip side, if you have the perfect tool but the user doesn't even understand their own role's workflows, just as useless. True mastery only happens when the tool meets the target perfectly.
So as we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a bit of a parting challenge, straight from the source text itself. Are you using the right copilot for your role?
Take a hard look at your own daily workflow. Are you out there trying to force a generic tool to do highly specialized work, or have you actually achieved that perfect harmony of the right copilot for the right role? It's a pretty provocative question, for sure. But answering it honestly, that is your very first step toward truly mastering role-based AI. Thanks so much for joining me. Keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.